7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it up in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow. Superstar.
Hey everybody! Ginger Snap is our lucky wiener today. I'm sure she is very, very excited. I mean, who wouldn't be? Right? Hey, it is what it is. SL, Cool Gamer, Kathy, Whistle. Hey everybody. Suzanne. Hey, Sherry. Jude. I didn't, here I am again. Don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but here I am. Hey, Karma. Wiener, chicken dinner. Let's see. Somebody, sent me, hold on, let me, open it real quick. Here we go. Somebody sent me this good-looking picture. Enjoying the Sabbath. Actually, Candace actually looks pretty okay there. Dawn looks like you might have had a late night. Very smart. I think everybody was excited about Josh's live tonight, but I think he had to change the... Whoa. That was loud. I think he had to change it till tomorrow night, according to... Oops. According to Justin's live. Hey, Rita, Selena. The only thing's long sleeve shirt that... Is that the only long sleeve shirt that Dawn wears? I guess the church, yeah. Now that I think about it, I think that's what he wore when I was there. That's funny. Huh. They don't fool you, Deb? That's that same church that I went to. So they're in that Kingsport church. They're sitting on the completely opposite side that they normally sit on. They actually look clean. Yeah, Candace does. I mean, Don too, I guess, kind of. He looks all right. They never look good to me unless you have a rat problem. Oh, I know, Bryn. I agree. The only reason Candace isn't wearing blue tank top is because it's too cold. Hey, lovable mama bear. He made her take her monthly shower. Oh, gross. Oh, God. Well, have you guys noticed that they've it seems like they've been really a lot quieter on YouTube. I guess supposedly Dawn called into White Boy or something. What, yesterday or something? When did White Boy get out? Man, they'll just let anybody out of freaking jail, won't they? You think they're being groomed for possible upcoming court dates. Dawn looks rough like Candace last week. Dawn looks rough. Looks like Candace last week. Hard to tell about that, but I think she looks better. Or she looks all right. That looks like a photo taken at school for Grandparents' Day. Yes. Yeah, they did gain some weight, but you know what? They're not looking as puffy. Dawn doesn't look as puffy in this picture. Candace doesn't either, but Dawn especially looked puffy. Not like a weight gain puffy either, like a holding on to water weight. That's when I said he looked like a marshmallow. Does look better than before. White Boy got out last week. Then he put out pics that Dawn sent him of Cher. What were those pics? What were they? Were they just the leopard ones that we all saw? Career criminal day at school. The only weight loss they have is from their children. Yep. I think it's quite normal for Candace. She's very up and down in her weight. Have you guys noticed that? I think that's normal for her. I think that's how she's been her whole life. That's probably why her never mind. I'm not gonna go. That's not necessary. Ziggy, that's not necessary to say. Jeez. Okay. Future panty thieves of America. Blurry in the back, clear on them. Yeah, they're using a professional camera. Well, maybe they're not. These cameras these days on cell phones are pretty good, where you can make the background blurred and it just focus on the more closer objects. They're living their dream, no kids. You know what? That's what they didn't ever want kids, so see, when I see Candace looking like that, it's so hard for me to think that she could that she could plan something to do or have something to do with Summer's disappearance. I see more of a person that could know something. I see a person that has secrets. Don has some major skeletons. I'm surprised that place doesn't freaking burn down when he walks in. Sober candidates and non-sober candidates. Two different people, and that's true for a lot of, not just Candace. That's for a lot of people. I mean, well, look at the. Sorry to bring it up, but Cam and Allie. Anybody's or me. Gosh, back in my using days, it's completely two different people. Hey, Clo. I saw you on. Oh my gosh, last night was so fun playing that game. Who had fun playing that game? Maybe we'll play a game after we do our discussion this evening. Maybe we'll end the live with I'd have to look up what that game's called again. But that same game we played yesterday, but that time I wouldn't be able to cheat. This time I wouldn't be able to cheat. I mean, I could, but I guess I could still cheat. I mean, I could sure try. I can't help it that I have the smartest freaking community on YouTube. She said she doesn't feel well at all. She's actually made me cry talking about Summer. She had 633 people in her chat before she left. Oh, wow. Really? So she just got off her live? Maybe we'll have to play it.
Just witnessing her will not be a thing, a great deal of it. Maybe all of it will be wrong. Maybe none of it fits together at all. Some of us, at the very least, though, will be or help form the timeline. And that can't be the one.
Do I need to rewind even more?
Just Yeah, I don't feel so good. And I didn't need to be here anyway tonight, but all of my face is kind of going wrong. My head's hurt. I'm gonna get off here. I really don't feel good. Y'all do me a favor. Alright. Yeah. Share Summer's picture information card. If y'all can figure out what to call about these blips, missing Summer's picture on them, but having a description of let me know, because I don't know who to contact about it. It's not all of them. It's just a few, it looks like, that are missing their picture. And I don't know.
She does seem like she does seem really sick. I'm not going to lie. Why was there so many people in there? And what's wrong with her eye? Why is it always been like that? She sounds wasted. I don't think you think she's hard to understand, but you think it's wasted? I do feel like I think she's really sick, actually. Red and so what is she trying to say here? Like, she trying to say she's going to pass away or something? What is this?
What? It's bothering me. Anyway, if I can manage tonight, I'm also gonna go back around the community block and beg people some more to make sure that they contact 1-800-TBI find the FBI or anybody. Or maybe here, yes, they did today. I'm tired. I don't feel very good. I don't feel very good at all.
Yeah, she doesn't look good. I mean she looks like she's sick. Yeah, is on YouTube a lot. I mean, but you got to think too, not that she's not my favorite person, but at the same time, like I think of what she just got out of. She was in a very long-term relationship, controlling relationship. It sounds like out in the middle of nowhere. And I don't know if it's abusive, supposedly, but she's out there in the middle of nowhere, probably not very many friends. So now he leaves and gets married. Her son, leaves. I don't know what's going on with her daughter, but anyways, she's sick. I don't know. What else is she going to do out there by herself? She's swelling up. Oh, this The smoking, yeah, that definitely needs to stop. Oh, what's that? Hold on, let me 1 second.
Y'all, please share the DV Universal Hand Signal for help out in Canada to save lives. Across many realms. All kinds of different victims, survivors. Yeah. Those at home, vocal disabilities, worse than home, you know. Stroke patients, people at home alone, choking, abductions, kidnappings, essays, children stuck in hollows, just like that. Predators not needing advance warning before Ellie shows up when people can't get cops in. Or they leave them bags.
I unfortunately can't ever understand her, especially like right now. Like sometimes I can understand her, but this is one of those times I can't make out what she's saying and I have to really pay attention. Don't worry, we're not going to listen long at all. I was just wondering, I was just wanting to see what this was about. Because somebody was saying that she started crying and was really sick. So I was just curious. But yeah, smoking, man. You guys, you gotta wonder. She had that surgery on her neck, right? I'm sure whatever is going on, whatever surgery, I don't remember what surgery she had at the moment. It's probably with her lymph nodes or something. I'm assuming. I don't know. Do you guys know? It's not my, and I don't, it's not my, it's okay. It's not my business or anything, but I'm just saying like that. The cigarettes, gosh, that's got to really be rough on that. Whatever's going on there. It's not good. It reminds me of Jim and his smoking and, I know, I agree, see something. I know she's so, I don't know, she's so depressing, but on in her defense too, like if I had, and I don't mean this mean, but like I would not want her life, you know? It is depressing out there in Ben Hill. I mean, she's not out on Ben Hill now, but still, like where she is at now is depressing as well. Her situation is not as depressing as it would be if she was stuck out there on Ben Hill Road, but Karma, you're like me. I have to always like check my grammar, and if I send something and then I have to always reread it, and then if I notice I missed something in my grammar, I have to retype it and then do the little asterisk to just let everybody know, oopsie, I made an oopsie above. And then I don't know why I have to, even if I spell something wrong, like I have to fix it. I actually do know why I'm like that. It's because of my father. I had to write my spelling words 100 times each. My parents were very, very strict when it came to school and stuff like that. No, there's Claire, that's totally fine. There's nothing to get upset with you about just because you think she's funny. She has a dry sense of humor. But I've never seen her I've never seen her laugh. You know, she doesn't smile. She's very monotone. I think it was you, Karma's Queen, I saw in somebody else's chat today say, why is everybody on YouTube so monotone? You guys know what that means, right? What is monotone? That's kind of a characteristic of some certain mental disorders. It's a good social experiment because it is very true. There is a lot of people, on YouTube who are very monotone. And it seems more abundant on YouTube than the general public. That's because for some reason, YouTube attracts people with mental illness. It was Mamet and Connie and Jenna, all the annoying people Nick came. Well, who was saying that Lolita is back? What's up with that? I love math. And I mean actual math, like algebra, not math like meth. I always wanted to be a math teacher. I always thought that's what I was going to do. I've tutored before high school students. I love doing algebra. I do it for fun. When it comes to when you add in all the words, the story problems, that's when it gets all jumbled up in my head. I remember my childhood phone number, 317-839-6581. I apologize whose phone number I just doxed in Plainfield, Indiana, but that was my childhood phone number. My address was 1291 East Hadley Road, Plainfield, Indiana. People will pour I'm the poor victim sick cards this month. Christmas is coming up. Be prepared for all that. Yeah. I'm not doing anybody's wish list this year because I always freaking... That is something to think about, though, to do something special for Christmas. But the problem with doing people's wish lists is you have to pick and choose, and it never ends. It just always is a problem. And thank God I got out of Discord. That place is the worst. Was it the tea on Lady CG? She was a real bitch when she modded here. Yeah, it's Lady CG. Somebody said she's back. I don't know. I don't have anything to spill, Sheba. That's just all I know. That's all I've heard. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. That's why I'm saying it. So I can figure out where that came from. I figured if she came back, like, I figured she'd come back under a different name. Like she does every time. She has a history of doing this. Yeah, she was with the jerks. Lady CG. She's the one that got fired from her job for stealing from her patient, or the guy that she was like taking a caregiver over. And around the same time that she started that campaign against me, trying to say that I, did that I took advantage of an elderly. Well, the whole time it was actually her. She legit got fired from her job for that. Had to pay my cable and internet online. I haven't paid my cable. Yeah, I definitely could have. I know. And I swore I was going to take her to court too. Because it was like a slam dunk. But I just, I'd much rather just like, that seems like so much stress. And, why can't we all just like, get along and just leave each other alone and let people do their own thing and be happy for other people's successes and root other people on? Why do we have to be such haters, Yes, Plant Diva, it's been a rough one, but yeah, I don't understand why people have to get so territorial over who started this or who started that, or who can say what, and or this is my channel, and like, I don't know, it's silly to me. Well, that's what they do is unfortunately that's what people do. There's so many people who are so unhappy with their lives that they like to escape their lives by making up a new one online and pretending there's something that they're not. And a lot of these people are very mentally ill. It's not something that this is not new behavior. People get more ballsy with the computer, like when they don't have to show their face, when they don't have to do it in person, when they can be a real asshole to somebody and nobody know exactly who they are or be confronted like in person. I've been watching Zig and everyone since day one. I don't talk a lot, and I am on a. Aw, well, thank you, Leslie. That's a cute picture. Seen more fake people on YouTube than anywhere else in my real life. Yes, I know, right? It's kind of like, okay, it's not. This is just an example. It's not at all like the same thing, but it's kind of like living in Los Angeles or Hollywood. Like, you might notice a lot of monotone people around there too. Or a lot of narcissistic people. It's the same kind of idea. When people get a little bit of attention, their ego just goes crazy. And that's what's happened. I've seen happen so many times. Thankfully, I've really got a good solid mod. I have really good solid mods now, but man, people, so many people will use you to try to they'll use you any way they can. They're opportunists just so they can make a channel. They'll act like your best friend and then they have no shame and then they turn it's insane. I can't tell you how many people have done that shit to me. It is, but after it takes a while, but after a couple years or like a year and a half or so, you learn. If you don't learn, if you're somebody if you're a Don Wells type and you don't learn from your mistakes, then it's always going to be torturous for you. Kind of like BK or TM. That's why she has to go hide for weeks at a time when she can't take it anymore, because she hasn't learned from her mistakes. She doesn't, others like myself or I don't know, Justin, we learn how to deal with this stuff. You learn how to deal with it over time. You just kind of become numb to it. Okay, imagine how you guys handle this. Yeah, well, you have to just become immune to it. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to. You're gonna have to. You'll be like Tiffany having to leave every few weeks. Thank you, Marlene. Let's see. What was it? Somebody sent me a second ago. What? What are you guys here? Pups? I don't know. There was something I thought somebody sent me that I was gonna. I can't find it. So never mind. Text me as a sub also. Oh my god, the nightmares I've had. Aww. I was listening back when PG was on your channel. I hope she's okay. She's been quiet. When's the last time she's been on, guys? The panel hoppers are the worst. Oh, the ones, the panel, you mean and the people who go from chat, the channel hoppers, like chat hoppers. Hey, Bandit, come here. Bandit, come here. Bandit, come on. Come here. Come here, Bandit. Really, anybody who's been around for over 6 months should know better than to believe any type of bullshit anybody says in the chat. Everybody should know to, unless you absolutely really trust the person that is saying it in the chat, like if you, I mean, using your discernment, but yeah, you should know better than to believe stuff people put in the chat. Like saying things like, oh, this person said this about you. Oh, this person's talking about you. Or this person, you know what I mean? They do that because they want you to react so that they can go back to that other person and be like, Ziggy's talking about you, and then that person goes and looks and they'll see that I am talking about him, and then it's just conflict. People love being like the puppet master. They like being the director of their own like reality TV show. They like to affect things in real time, and that's kind of, I was a big time target because I put so much of my life out there. And I still do, but I know I've learned though from the past on some things, what not to, put out there in the future. Does she have, what is that when you, Did she have a stroke? Daisy was on her keto tonight. What's that mean to be on her keto tonight? Aren't you supposed to be on keto? If you're on keto, aren't you supposed to be on it every night? Yes, that's what I was going to ask Debbie, Bell's palsy. Aww. That I know was that. See, that's what's so sad is people, people don't want to be singled out, or like for me, it's no thing because I'm used to it. But most people aren't used to, don't want all the attention on them. You know what I mean? They come in the chat because they want to just like chill and hang out and relax and chat with people. They don't want to have to be the center of attention or, yeah. A lot of times, that's one thing I've learned that I didn't realize that I did. I had a bad habit of like calling people out. And I don't know, not calling people out. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it. I think I think people felt like I was calling them out, but I didn't feel like it, but I can see what they mean. I'm so used to being my name mentioned. A lot of people, that watch and stuff, they don't like to be singled out or talked about. Ew. She was chumming on popcorn, burgers, and snot. Ew. Snorting and chewing in my ear, so I didn't want to hear it anymore. Gross. No, there's etiquette you learn. There's etiquette you learn over time. Unless you're, one of the many, many narcissistic creators on here, then you probably never learn anything. But to the few of us that are not narcissistic, was she drunk on live? Who, Daisy? Oh, thank you, Leslie. It was mainly, I was very sensitive due to what I was going through. You know what I mean? I was extra sensitive. I was not strong mentally. I was an easy target at the time because of what I was going through, because of Jim passing away. And unfortunately, people used that opportunity to kick me while I was down, and it was really, really disgusting. But, I could pretty much deal with anything now. Because it's like a cycle. It goes in cycles. Right now, okay, people like me, okay. But it will go on a cycle. I'll do something that upset everybody. I'm sure I'll do something again that will upset a bunch of people. I'm sure I'll still have my still my regular supporters for the most part. But the ones that keep, always go back and forth will probably, I don't know. I kind of hope over time that I could hope, people will see like the truth about me and see that certain things aren't quite true. And maybe not listen to things in the future, but there's always constantly new people coming into the community and all that jazz. Never did anything to upset me. Good. I try not to, but you know what? Some people are just naturally okay. For instance, thank you, Leslie, for the PayPal. That's really sweet. She said being a star shining bright. That is really nice. Thank you. So, I want to make sure she heard me say thank you. So that was really nice. People love you, sick of the haters. Jealous. Well, you're not always going to agree with me on everything. I'm going to piss you off probably sometime, or I'm going to do something that you really disagree with. But like my you guys are always here. You don't expect too much of me. Like you don't expect I'm not perfect. Right, I've been with you from the start. First time I listened to was in the middle of a Hurricane Ida, getting our butts kicked. Wow. You know what? I'm trying to remember if that is when I went to look 333 in chat. Oh, I love it. Trying to think if that's when if I went to South Beach since I've been here on YouTube. She was pissed off, again. So I saw where Lippy, actually, who is an avid follower of Tiffany Marie and mod and friend of her, big time cheerleader, and she's actually can be really, really hateful and mean. I'm sorry, Lippy, but you've put out some horrible videos of me. But she did put out a really nice video recently, and she clipped when that guy came up on my panel who was singing. And she commented how beautiful it was. And she said, and she tagged me and said, sorry for your loss. And it was really, really nice. Okay. And the comments under it were really nice too. But of course, there's always those few that can't ever say anything nice. You know what? And they're the same people. It doesn't matter what I do. They're always going to have something hateful to say because they're just unfortunately unhappy with their life. So one of them was Rennie. I swear that little girl can never, she can't even, she just, she was like one of the only down there that had to say, but Ziggy is, had to say, take away from the message, of course, and try to be like, but Ziggy did this, or but she's not too bad when she's not, it's just like, why do you have to be like that? Why do you have to be so negative all the time? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that negative energy around me. And actually, Lippy, I was really impressed with what Lippy replied in response, because she's like, I'm just trying to show something positive or something like that. She's like, oh, okay, Debbie Downer here. Always negative Nancy. That's why I went back and forth. Renee has been one of the most blocked and unblocked people of this channel ever. Now she's been permanently blocked finally, because I finally learned my lesson with her. Because she loves saying really snide fucking remarks about me. And she tries to act like she's being nice about it, okay? And she tries to act like she's fair and unbiased. It's like, girl, you're not fooling me anymore, okay? You fooled me for over a year, but no more. You're positive, Polly. You are pretty positive. You were just about to make me go live? I've literally been on here for an hour. You just got here? Jeez, oh, Pete. I was watching your live earlier. I was kind of in the bushes, trying to get some stuff done. It was a really good live. It just started for you? I know. And she still tries that. That's what I'm saying. She tries to act like she's like this yogi or something. Like she's like some kind of peace bringer or something, or healer, or she just tries to act like she's some kind of very positive person. And then Lippy did say something in the comments, so that really annoyed me. She said that, oh, well, but too bad that Ziggy does bully Daisy. I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. The cannibalism chatter. So what's going on? Is this true? Is Rap in the comments? Are you out there, Rapster? Is he not cool with Jenkins anymore? Is that what's up? Is Jenkins back? I mean, it is her sister. I understand. Unfortunately, Jenkins has to freaking deal with that heifer. Sorry. Sorry, I said heifer, but that's what you have your picture as, a heifer. And so just calling it as I see it. He's cool with Jinkies. Okay, good. Didn't he have a live or something? Did they fix things or something? He's cool with her, but he's not taking any chances with third parties. So, oh yeah, I totally understand. She calls herself a cow. Cud chewing snot sucking heifer. Jam, that was really mean. Oh man. Rob's a good guy. He's just having to be careful right now. It's bullshit, but always conflict on day days. Crab isn't in with Can is probably because the wells have access to. eh. I don't know. I see. You know, people look at him as like he's like this like big time troll or whatever. Oh, I have to stand up for a second. But sorry, I had to zip up my pants. But he, you know, he's actually a really nice kid. I was over there last night bitching about that banner again. Jinx already said she could give to Candace to bring it to the tree thing. What banner again? Oh God. What now? I never watch her, ever. Do I read books? I don't have time for that, but you know, I wish. I mean, I might. I have. It's been a very long time since I read a book, you know. Actually, probably the last time was like when I was in jail, like 20 years ago. Oh, I mean, I have had to do a lot of reading as far as for college classes and stuff, you know. But as books, no. Audiobooks, yeah. What? It matters what it is. Like mad cow disease, right? I don't know. That's a good. Speaking of sour cream, where's RJ tonight? That's a good question. He wasn't in any of my readings either. In the two premieres I did today on Empress. I don't know. Maybe left to go see his other woman. Wouldn't you go leave to see your other woman if you were stuck with that? Actually, what I would do, I would just like I would just like move out to the garage like if I was him, I would move out to, I would make my little side of, my little man cave. I would not, it would be a no trespassing, do not enter, no cows allowed zone. And I would just stay back there forever. And, like, I pay half the bills. I put soundproof walls so I wouldn't have to hear her loud ass bell and screaming. I'm sure she freaking snores like a freaking heifer. I bet anything. There's no way she doesn't snore like a freight train. They have 2 homes. Justin missed the glamour shot of Dawn and Can. Okay. That's the best picture that they've ever had, for sure. They should frame it. That's like the nicest picture that they've ever had, ever. Somebody just let me know that Daisy's husband allegedly stays in a different house in Kentucky or something, allegedly. Imposters! Who's the imposter? No romance novel photo? No, that's a photo that's going to be in a, that's a good photo for the book or, their movie. Like the cover to show how this couple went from this to in prison for life. This would be like the before picture. The before prison picture. What are you guys laughing at? That who's a tiny man like Ern? Dawn? Lifetime movie film based on life in the deep bowels of hell. Did you ever have that lady send time step of what she clicked? No, I haven't. And thank you so much for the PayPal. I don't know if you heard me. That was really sweet. Who's going to, hey, Jamster, or I don't know. Justin, I don't know. Oh, he probably doesn't want to come up. I want to go get a drink and, pee. I know, I drink too much Diet Coke. But I'm not wanting to go off yet. Guy who is in jail on drug charge in Tennessee right now, who was an Army Ranger and drove a light blue old truck. Huh. I don't think so, Alicia. Who is it? This pic is like an advertisement for a babysitting company. Oh, God. Prior Army Ranger. Huh. It sounds familiar, but I think that sounds familiar because I think I read it in a news article or something. Volumizing shampoo. I need some myself. Athena is so lucky. Aw, thank you. Well, that's fun. We can play. Nobody has to come up. I'll just play something real quick. I think Dawn B posted something. I've used Justin's too because I didn't know he wouldn't care, but I've seen
toward the
Justin's.
beginning of the week. So anyway, I hope you guys have are having a great
All right.
weekend. Thanks to all my subs, members. If you just watch the channel, I appreciate it. So what I want to talk about a little bit right now is there's a lot,
thank you.
and I mean a
Thank
lot
you so much.
of attention
Here
on Don
is
Wells right now.
Don B.
Especially a lot of attention with
And
his.
thank you so much.
We'll just say past behavior with his.
Is that how you? Is that or
family
is that how
members.
your name's pronounced? Is that 2 L's?
And
all right, I'll be right back.
when
Just
listening to everything in the Summer Wells case, okay, in the Summer Wells case,
I play this.
We're hearing from people that not only did they know Don and Candace from way back when. I've heard from people that knew Don and Candace that lived in Arkansas. We got to hear from obviously Hunter, Allison, all those people. We got to hear from neighbors, and speaking of neighbors, Jodisue has really, said some very concerning things regarding Don and Candace. And for y'all that don't know, for some of you that are new to the channel, Jodisue used to live beside Summer Wells. She lived across the street on Ben Hill Road from Summer Wells, Don and Candace and them. So she witnessed a lot. And we also question. A lot of people are like, well, Jodisue is just a big liar. Jodisue lies about this and Jodisue lies about that. But today's video, what I want you to do, Josh over at the lab is going to be, I guess, playing the audio of where Don was interrogated while in jail. He was interrogated by the detectives in Utah, about his allegations with his sisters. So, so when you guys are watching that tonight, I want you to remember something. I put together like a little video clip here. This is of Jodisue talking about allegations of suspicions of what happened over at Summer's house regarding her parents. So let me let you watch this real quick.
Wouldn't be fucking gone if he had just done something. He would have had the proof everybody else who called in didn't. It's that simple. But he hid it from everybody. He fucking hid it. Why? After she vanished, then he tells me he watched him beat her. Never said a fucking word. So, but he hid the abuse happening this summer. And he may have very well helped with other very bad things. Or he wouldn't have had the abuse happening to her. He wouldn't have turned a blind eye when we kept seeing her pull at herself and stuff. In some of the last days before she vanished, he wouldn't have bitched at me. He wouldn't have slept just fine. He wouldn't have been beating the shit out of me, telling me to shut the fuck up about Summer. Sleeping just fine while she was gone. I never even really seen him spank the kids or anything. But he watched full-on abuse over it. And told me so, but only after Summer vanished. That's why he was so certain they murdered Summer.
This next part.
All right, guys. So there it is. There's what I put together for you. And so tonight, when Josh over at the lab lets you hear what he has, I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. Again, Jodisue says it. I got it still pulled up here on the computer. Let me play it for you.
Okay, so thank you so much. Gosh, so nice of Elf to pay me to go pee. Alicia's comment I saw on my phone while I was away. I was curious what she meant. You said, whoever this guy is, he helped in the big search for Summer, and police have questioned him about Summer's disappearance, and he got a lawyer and refused to answer questions. Missy Astrology says he is in a ring there and he is a serial killer. Justin, is that really you back? Can't see anything, but is that really you? Hello? Say something. We can't hear you. Is this an imposter? I think this might be an imposter. Everybody just wants to be Justin so bad.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I hear you. What's going on?
The devil is alive. The devil is alive. The devil is alive.
Woo! What is Alicia talking about?
What are you talking
Did you
about?
read or did you hear what I said? Read it or not? About saying, she said, whoever this guy is, he helped in the big search for Summer, and police have questioned him about Summer's disappearance, and he got a lawyer and refused to answer questions. Missy Astrologer says he is in a ring there and he is a serial killer. Do you know what that's about? I think you're muted, but
I don't know if that's, I could be completely wrong, but I know that when Chasing and them went down there, they met with a really bad person. I'll just say that. I don't know if that's who they're talking about. That's the only person that I can think of that's like.
see, I thought I thought she was talking about this about Don B. I was like, because when she said whoever this guy is, I thought she was talking about.
Where did this come from?
Somebody in the chat, Alicia P. This guy is in jail right now. There.
Oh, okay. Totally different, I would say. Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you talking about oh, you're talking about the guy who you were asking me earlier if I knew a guy who what did you say? If I knew a guy who
Me?
No, Alicia. She was asking me earlier and she's just talking about.
Okay, Nana. Okay.
She's just
Hi, Nana.
she's just continuing what she was talking about earlier.
So Nana was with Chasing, and she it's not it wasn't that person.
Oh,
That's the only
okay.
person like I could think of that may be like really bad.
So, did you have something that you were wanting to talk about, or were you just coming up here to join because you love me so much?
Just because I love you.
That's what I thought.
Mhm. Yeah.
I figured you probably didn't want to come up here because you just got off live earlier, but is she talking about Fred? I don't think so, but
Well, Fred is not a serial killer. He doesn't eat cereal, and he's definitely not a killer. So
he has a light blue truck. Is Fred's truck might be light blue.
Elisa, where you where did she hear this? Where did Elisa hear this?
I guess she's talking about Missy Astrology. I guess it's some type of reader or something. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, an Army Ranger. Somebody that's an Army Ranger. Okay, well, that's not Fred Hill. He wasn't in the Army. I don't think he would ever, like, he'd have to cut his hair. He'd have to cut that, or what is it called? What are those? Mullets?
Yes.
Those are kind of in style, though, now. I guess it's, like, cool to have a mullet.
Listen, and by the time you're 15 in Ben Hill Road, you have to have a mullet. Okay?
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
I guess the Joe Dirt look is in. This is very select for who get to Army Ranger status, Ziggy. Yeah, probably. She's talking about the guy that escaped on the way to court.
Fred is not even in my top 10, 5 at least. So.
I'll check it out, Alicia. I'll check out that channel for sure. That sounds like it's about going into the like metaphysical or the unknown and stuff like that. And that's more for my other channel. Is that what that is? Like a psychic or something? I try to steer clear of that, but sometimes we did do a reading on here yesterday. I think it was.
You snaky sinner. Snake.
Yep. Just say his name, dang it. I don't know his name. She said Summer's battery's underwater by Fort. Oh my gosh.
By Fort Henry Dam. I don't really follow that when it comes to true crime personally. I mean, I'll listen to it, but
yeah, I mean, I haven't. Sometimes sometimes people ask me to draw cards, but I just don't feel like I'm. Yeah, it's hard for me to do a reading on something I know so much about. That I have such an opinion about. It's really difficult.
Right.
That's just like doing a reading on my. I would never do a reading on about my daughter or on anything serious. My family members, myself, really. It's hard to do reading on myself. I've dreamt of Summer and she is always underwater. Weird. I'm not a huge believer in all that stuff.
It's possible. It's very possible.
Missy Astrology. I'll check it out later. Let's see. What was this? Let's continue here.
I think it was used being given. I think they were being given what Andy was selling. And I think it was used for very, very bad shit.
So Jodisue is saying that, what Andy was basically selling over there, she has suspicions that it was being used for some very bad stuff on kids at 110 Ben Hill Road. Again, guys, you know, when the I can't remember who it was, Scott H. There's a YouTuber named Scott H. I don't know if he's still here around or not, but he called the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, and the lady at the sheriff's office said, "No, this is, you know, it's pretty deep. You know, according to what Jodisue saying here, with you know, more than just the kids that, you know, Jodisue's suspecting that there's more kids involved in this than just the ones living at 110 Ben Hill Road. That's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, how many victims are we going to end up with here, right?
Yeah, so I guess he's talking about the whole drugging kids thing. That's weird that she automatically would assume, like, she had a feeling that they were drugging kids. Like, how would you, if you knew something like that, first of all, how would you not report that? That's like, I'm sorry. And I know I can tell she feels terrible about it now. I can tell, but like, and I think that it's really eating. I think Jodisue knows something that's eating at her. And I think that's why she's getting so sick and stuff, and why she's so, I don't know, maybe she's always that, I don't know. I know many of you, I think Justin, I think you like her and feel differently about her than not. She's okay. I mean, I don't think
Jody?
yeah.
She hates me.
Or does
Jody
she?
hates me, yeah, she hates me.
Well,
She got mad because when I was up here actually one time, and I said in my opinion, she may have been knocking a few back, and she got really mad at me. And
oh
I'm like,
yeah.
remember? And I'm like, you're a grown woman, girl. You can do what you want, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing bad.
It's because, and yeah. But she does the same thing.
I don't think she hates me, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, she accuses people of being on drugs too. I mean, she's accused me, and she's very much a part of the drama. But if she knew of something like that, I feel like there's other things that she knows that's really bothering her. Because if you looked at her when she was telling that story, that it really bothered her. There's something to that.
In my opinion, I don't think Jodisue knows more than she's already said.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
You don't think she knows anything about like Andy or anything? Well, you're not thinking involved in
I
any.
don't think she knows more than she said. I think she might have suspicions. Suspicions is different, but I don't think she knows more.
Zombie hanging on to Jodisue's words. Is he okay? Well, but Jane, the way you gotta admit though, the way she reacted when she was telling that whole story about the kids, like drugs being sold to sedate kids, like she was like really emotionally affected.
Yes, but I don't want to get in trouble with her again, so I'm just
But you know, we've seen people like, I mean, look at the
Candace.
yes, Candace, what she did to Mary, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I think people are crying for, or
Yeah.
the situation. I think they're crying for they're just emotional at the time, maybe.
Or crying for, yeah, maybe she was actually really crying about Andy, like Elf is saying. Like, she's sitting there crying while she's crying and acting upset about the children being sedated. Maybe she's really upset because she's sitting there thinking about Andy, something with Andy. Who knows? And ex neighbor has multiple renditions of every story she tells, especially the ones about summer, which is really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
She is a storyteller, that's for sure. I know, right? Yeah. That says a lot about her.
Well, in the beginning, she was, I mean, very much for Don and Candace.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Like in
Oh,
the
yeah.
very, very beginning, she was very much for Don and Candace. And why it changed, I don't know, because I mean, personally, no matter what, if I knew someone was drugging kids, I would have been like, not that you
Right?
do that.
Right? How come exactly? Great point. That's a good point. Now that makes me feel better for, because sometimes I start to feel bad that I'm being mean about, mean to her and stuff. But that's a good point. If she knew stuff like that was going on, why would she be defending them when
I mean,
Summer went
that's just my
missing?
opinion.
Huh?
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. I have that opinion as well. Like, what?
Well, I
I,
told
I,
Jody, I agree. I think Jodisue she does definitely love her kids. Absolutely.
mhm.
Not really comfortable talking about anyone's kids, so, but I do think she's a good mom overall.
She kept saying Candace was a great mother. Then she was drunk, riding four wheelers, pregnant. What? Oh my god. Yeah, I know that's troublesome. I don't, and I don't. That's the thing. See, there's some real questions I wish like she would answer them. But I know she wouldn't. Like, I know she would never answer the real questions. Like, you know, there. And she just the way she dances around questions, and it takes forever to get to anything. I don't know. I don't understand. Why?
Yeah.
I do want to know, why would she defend them if she knew that they were sedating kids? Why would she stay with a guy that was doing such a thing? Oh, was she? I guess she was scared, is what she was saying. I don't know.
I mean, I like I'll be honest with you. I'm not like a big Andy fan. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like I don't like him, or I'm just neutral really.
Oh,
But
he's
I don't,
my number one suspects.
I mean,
Good night, Green
well,
Noise.
but I don't think he was drugging kids. I think that's more up.
To try to make him look bad. That's if that's another thing, that's some horrible shit. Like, I can't stand that kind of stuff. Like the same thing happening to rap. That kind of stuff pisses me off so bad. I cannot stand women who, to get back at a guy, they accuse them of essaying their child, or they accuse them of, you know, raping, and just like, it's, come on. You know, that's why
I
so
agree
many,
with that.
that's why real victims aren't believed. because there's so many people that use it as a weapon against men or, sometimes women.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Complete. Oh, there's RJ. Can't Sam knew about her abusive relationship. He had checked on it and told Josh it is very true.
Lisa, now if you're talking about was there DV, absolutely, and she is I believe wholeheartedly that she is. I mean, I think Andy's admitted that part.
Right, Shannon? Yeah, I agree. There was DV. Yes.
I don't know if it was both ways or one way, but I know.
And I really well, never mind. That would be, I get just some very negative vibes with both of them. Andy,
Nobody.
especially.
Yeah, I mean, I I understand what you're saying, Ziggy. I mean, I do.
Yeah, I mean, why? I want to know if they really have him on video on Ben Hill Road, and I want to know what he was doing on Ben Hill Road. I wish we could know that if law enforcement really has him on Ben Hill Road that day, because that would say so much if we could know that for a fact. Because if he lied about that, then that means he's involved. I mean, sorry, you don't, like you were saying earlier, Justin, on your channel. What was it, like, honest something? When you're honest,
People who have nothing to hide nothing.
yes. Like,
Mhm.
why would you have to lie about being on Ben Hill Road? I mean, what was it? Were you making? I mean, unless, I don't know, what were you doing, a drug deal or something? And you,
I
I,
mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've heard that he was seen at work during the time, and I've Nana for Life says, Ziggy, I've personally spoken with Andy's boss, and he was on camera at work all day.
well, I wish we could ask law enforcement about that, because both Laura and Fred swear that law enforcement has him on camera on Ben Hill Road
Mm-hmm.
and that they saw him and passed him. But,
I don't know where he
I've
works
asked
or
him a
anything, but
million times, huh?
it's like I don't know where he works. I mean, could he have been there during a lunch break or something? Which
Right,
it's really too far out to be a lunch break, I would think. But
right. Is there any way he was is there, is there any way he was able to get away for even like an hour or something, or 45 minutes, or um none of this ever can't come up until after Andy left her. Ask yourselves why.
say that
Yeah.
again.
Where Simmer said none of this ever came up until after Andy left her. Ask yourselves why. Yeah,
Mm.
because she's right. It makes you question the things she says about Andy. But
I mean, I think if like personally, I think if like Jodisue knew something about Andy, like say for instance he was involved, I think she would have threw him under the bus a long time ago, because for different reasons. A, money, and B, if she is scared like she claims,
mhm.
then that would be a surefire way to.
But that's what makes me think that she's involved in some small way, because that's what makes me think that's the reason why she won't tell on him, because somehow there's some type of like it will get her in trouble. That's the only thing I can think of. But
I mean,
you
I
know,
personally think this boils down to
Dawn and
1 to 2
Candace.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yes, it does start with definitely there. And I agree. Dawn's the main one.
Um, I think if anybody actually knew besides the people, the person or persons who did this, and if they're on if they like anybody that lived on Ben Hill Road, I think they would have told a long time ago.
People thought a lot of people are involved. Look at the closest and moved outward. Who has a reason or motive? Yeah, it starts with Dawn, allegedly.
Oh, in my opinion, it absolutely, in my opinion, starts with Dawn. Very deviant.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow when y'all hear Josh's the interview, yeah, I mean it just
Have you heard it already?
no,
Mm.
no, but I know, I've talked to him a little bit, and
Yeah.
so I think it's going to really
Shed some light on him.
yeah, I mean I just don't know how the hell he's not in jail. I really just don't.
I knew. I mean, with the whole thing about what he said yesterday, how they're not going to, the current DA over in Utah is not going to prosecute the case. Doesn't mean maybe a future DA won't, or for some reason maybe some more evidence comes along and they can give it to the DA and be like, okay, can we prosecute now? Is this enough now? It sounds like the amount of time is a major factor. The fact that it's 41 years, but it's not. Josh said it's not, there's no statute of limitations, but it's like the district attorney is not confident enough that she could get a conviction. I think that's what it sounds like.
Why
And
not put it in front of the grand jury?
yeah.
Let them be the decision, Don has always been yeah, I mean he's always said Andy's not involved pretty much, I think. At least recently.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever really ever said anything about Don or Andy. And that's another thing. I wonder their relationship. But anyways, trust me, if one of those dopehead knew, they would have got that fucking
Bingo.
$3,000 bank on that.
Bingo. You know
Yeah.
what $73,000 is on Ben Hill Road? That's like 2 months of meth money. You know how much copper they don't got to take out of people's houses for that?
But they like doing that stuff when they're on the math.
Living the life, man.
He's either in a generational ring or an informant with no rules. It just doesn't make any sense on how he's not in prison. Well, a generational ring, that's possible in my opinion.
Dawn and catalytic converters, you're right, Starlight. I apologize. You're absolutely right. Don has grew up, and he says it himself. He grew up in jails across America. He says it. He brags about it.
Mhm.
Don knows his rights when he goes and talks to when he's being interrogated. He knows what he's, he knows how to talk.
Oh yeah. He's probably one of those, that could. He's definitely a candidate for somebody who would probably be able to, trick a lie detector. I kind of would wonder because, I mean, I hear that they were trying to, supposedly there was some Xanax use. I don't know if that's absolutely true, that they were using Xanax to try to fool the lie detector. But if that's true, why? Why? What do you have to hide? I just don't get all the effery, if you know what I mean. Like, why is there so many games? Why is there so many lies? So many stories not lining up and changing with Dawn and Candace, especially and well, everybody, almost everybody surrounding the story. Why? What is people hiding? It's very weird. Sociopaths are known to be able to pass a lie detector. Most likely that it was the truth. His behavior after the fact is suspicious. I've always thought he'd come home to help Dawn bury. Yeah. They all knew their rights and they were going to find out. They barely even talked to the cops. Candace supposedly didn't even talk to law enforcement the first night. What was she so scared of? What were you so scared of, Candace? Why? What? I mean, why were you afraid? What were you afraid of saying to the cops?
I mean, why did it take you 13 days to get in front of a damn camera?
Right?
Hello, the lab. Buenos dias.
Hey, Josh. Don fits the profile of a sociopath. Does he? Let's look it up.
Don fits the profile of a douche.
That he does.
A doucheopath.
So, okay, it says here those with antisocial personality disorder have no regard for others' rights or feelings, lack empathy and remorse for wrongdoings, and have the need to exploit and manipulate others for personal gain. Nature and nurture play a role in antisocial personality disorder. The reasons behind the disorder are not fully understood. Okay, so antisocial personality disorder is the same thing as a sociopath, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much the worst disorder you could have, I think, as far as, well, maybe a psychopath. I don't know. Actually, I think antisocial, if you're a sociopath, I think that's even worse, right? I think it's pretty bad.
McBro says, wait, how did Candace treat you, Ziggy, with the pup thing again? Was she different?
Wait, how did Candace treat you? Yeah, she was. Okay, first of all, Dawn was did not want anything to do with the animals. He acted like they had cooties. He wanted nothing. Like, seriously. Um Caitlin was like, "You want to say bye to the puppy?" And he's like, "Nah." He was like, he was not about it. He didn't want anything to do with the animals at all. But Candace, she had no, she doesn't have empathy. She doesn't have empathy. Like, and talk about monotone, she's very just monotone, has no empathy. But she had no problem sitting there seeing my daughter like bawl when she told her that she had changed, or told us that she had changed her mind about the puppy. Like, I was so devastated.
So she wasn't like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No, not at all. But it was Dawn that felt bad. So that's why it's hard for me to see him as a sociopath
Well, this is the
or
thing.
somebody with no empathy. I think it's actually
Don has sides. I think he's got multiple personality or something. He's got sides to him. He's got this side that's very deviant, and he keeps it over here, and he only visits it. He only visits it. I'm telling you. Telling you, Ziggy.
telling you. Yeah. That's, what? It's very, very possible, because he might actually, it's very possible that's a response to trauma. That's a common, for somebody who's, we don't know what
Don's sneaky.
if he might have had a really, really rough childhood, and maybe he was subjected to a lot of trauma, and maybe he developed multiple personality disorder. I don't know. I don't see it. I think he seems like the same piece of shit 24/7, but
I think Don developed something in the
cranium.
doing things to his sisters. I'm trying to be careful how to,
Oh, okay.
what the big age difference,
Mhm.
and he as
Mhm.
a younger guy that was probably his first, you know what I mean? It just doing things. I think it warped him.
Mhm. There's that whole power dynamic with the age difference. Also, there's a lot of different power dynamics between Candace and Dawn. Not only the age difference, but also she's delayed. I mean, I think she's more delayed cognitively.
Oh, for sure.
And and he's very manipulative, and so it says symptoms of antisocial personality disorder include repeatedly ignoring right and wrong, telling lies to take advantage of others, not being sensitive to or respectful of others, using charm or wit to manipulate others for personal gain or pleasure, having a sense of superiority and being extremely opinionated, having problems with the law, including criminal behavior, being hostile, aggressive, violent, or threatening to others, feeling no guilt about harming others, doing dangerous things with no regard for the safety of self or others, and being irresponsible and failing to fulfill work or financial responsibilities. That doesn't really sound like Dawn to me.
Oh, I think that sounds exactly like Dawn, personally.
I agree with you, Justin. It sounds just
I think
like
that
Dawn.
sounds exactly like Dawn. I think that is exactly like Dawn.
Yes.
But first of all, you don't have to check every single box.
Right.
You don't
Not,
have to-
of course, not
and
every single one, but
and
The danger
because
part is definitely Don. He doesn't have
yes,
any
but
regard.
feeling no guilt about harming others. Secretly he may not feel any guilt, but people can say that, oh, I feel guilty or whatever,
yeah, he
because
might have been worried about how he looked.
that's the thing to do.
Like when
I
with
mean,
the puppy
okay,
thing.
let's go with ignoring right and wrong. Don knows that getting up on panel, you know what I mean, is not really going to go his way. You know what I mean? It's not going to make him look good, right? He knows right from wrong. He knows right from wrong. Telling lies to take advantage of others. Don likes to play games. That is his number one MO. He loves to screw with people.
Don't you all
Loves.
wonder why he
That's
didn't
true.
take his
He does.
psychological? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you ever wonder why he didn't take his psychological? I bet it's because
Yeah.
he didn't want them to know exactly
Do we
what it
know?
is.
Do we know he didn't take it, or
Well, Kathy, the friend who was pretty close to him, asked him, why didn't you take your psychological, Don?
Hey, Cat's life. He didn't. He didn't. He wouldn't.
that is true?
She
Lulu.
said he didn't do anything that was required. That Candace did some of it, but he didn't do any of it.
Yeah, that's what he's totally the type of person. He is the complete, like, his picture should be in the dictionary next to what the suspect type, like everything about him. With Summer Wells case, like, it just like screams Don Wells. Like, I mean, everything about him, his personality and stuff, like, he's totally the type that would be involved with something like this.
That
Don
Lisa
likes
K.
confusion.
Roots, or whatever, however you
Allegedly.
say her name, that Lisa K. Roots said that he was cleared, according to a friend that listened to Candace's conversation with police, that he was cleared by Ellie, but she had to get her story fixed. And I'm thinking, if she's telling the truth, the police would not, or Ellie would not tell her to fix her story.
Law
How do you fix
enforcement
a
law enforcement told them to get their timeline fixed.
right? I
But
don't know.
is she saying that law enforcement said Don was cleared?
Yeah. It's she did a post, and because the post was kind of confusing, so I asked her a question, and she said, I can look for it and send you a screenshot of our conversation in the post.
I have a hard time believing people who were close to them then start a channel that smells of money and greed. Candace lost 3 other children before any of these kids, and never even speaks of them ever. Yeah, I know. They don't seem to have much problem at all disconnecting from their kids and disconnecting. You know what I mean? So it's just I could totally see them involved in something, involved in their behavior just lines up with, it's just so suspect.
Okay, I'm reading it. I'm hearing a lot of chatter this morning that's misinformation, so I thought I'd try to set the record straight. Don Wells is not the prime suspect in Summer's disappearance. I'd like to see a receipt on that. From what I've been told by friends of Candace, well, that's your source, honey. Okay, who have been present during her phone calls with law enforcement, it's actually the opposite. The Wells contact with the boys was not cut off because Don got out of jail and he's not allowed contact with children. I think it's pretty well known the reason the contact was cut off was because Candace called the boys while intoxicated. That part is true. And the foster family reported it. Then Candace claimed she was slurring her words because she had a stroke. that part is true, but I also heard that Dawn, when they did visit them, he allegedly was talking to one of them, trying to talk to one of them privately. Dawn has a valid driver's license issued in Arkansas. That's true. His 1-year suspension was up a few months ago after he got out of jail, and he applied for a new one. He is going to court November 6th for speeding and failing to change his address required within 30 days. That's true. This is nothing to do with child custody. That is true. In the beginning, it's beginning held
It's
in
being held in
traffic court.
Mhm.
I guess we'll see if the violates his probation, but I'm guessing not. I don't think it will either. Not getting a traffic ticket is usually not considered a condition in probation.
Right.
I
Now,
agree
where
with
I
everything
commented
except
was
for the
where she
front.
told me that he was cleared.
No, I don't believe he's cleared. Um,
I told her I didn't believe it either.
yeah.
Well, if they're not gonna, yeah, no, they could have. There was times that they could have held him and they didn't, and they let him go. They gave him so many chances. So I really doubt that they're going to violate his probation. We couldn't get that lucky. But, you know, I was having a bad feeling. I was not a bad feeling, but I was having that something was going to happen with Dawn very soon. That was my prediction. So in my tarot reading, I really
agree.
feel like something's going to happen with Dawn. And I don't know, maybe something will tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Monday. Well, actually, it would be tomorrow because it's now Sunday. It's 1 a.m. here. So you're saying you commented on it, Jan?
Yeah, I asked her what she
You
meant by the
say it's
by the
actually.
opposite.
You said it's. You say it is actually the opposite. I'm confused. Opposite of what? That they are not suspects at all, and Bobby Fiesel said, I believe it's Candace. She called the boys while intoxicated, and the foster care family turned it in to CPS or court. At least that's my thoughts by reading this post. And then Lisa says, no, everyone is a suspect. Standard law enforcement CYA line, but no one has been named the prime suspect. That's disingenuous. Wait. I thought you said that she said.
Well, there's another comment. She makes another comment there with me and her talking because I made another comment and then.
Oh, right here. Who is the prime suspect? Candace, who is the opposite? According to friends of Candace, law enforcement said that they had cleared Dawn, but Candace's story needed work. That's from someone in the room when law enforcement called Candace. Take it for what it's worth. And then James, you said, yeah, I'm not buying that because with all the ruckus, they would have publicly cleared him. They're tired of all the bull crap, but yet they're not going to clear him publicly. Come on. So I don't buy that crap. And what do they mean her story needs work? It's either the truth or it's not the truth, right? You shouldn't have to work on anything if you tell the truth, right?
Exactly.
And then Lisa says that they rarely publicly clear anyone these days. Like I said, CYA. What's that mean? Nobody. And then Patty says nobody has been cleared from what Ronnie Lawson said. And TBI. Nikki says, I'm with you on this. And then Just Me says nobody's cleared. Well, I'm hearing, I don't know. I'm hearing, I don't know what to think.
I don't believe that Dawn has been cleared whatsoever.
I agree with you, Justin.
I think, I mean, listen, if he was cleared and he was at work and all of that,
the police
you
would have said
think the
that.
police would
Ellie would
say
have
that?
announced that at some point.
You would think so. Hey, Carrie.
The heart attack thing was all arranged by Robin and Tim.
Uh-huh.
Was it really? That's disgusting. Because I knew that wasn't true.
It was fake as press on nails.
Oh my God, it was, wasn't it?
What, saying that Candace had a heart attack?
Yeah, because she didn't
Yeah.
have a heart attack. She didn't have a stroke. The most she had was bad teeth at that one time.
Here,
And
lay
her
down.
broken ankle gets broken every other week, especially when things are going shitty for her. Suddenly she has a heart attack, a stroke, whatever. She needs to have a medical emergency every time shit comes rolling down on her.
Here, lay down in the corner of the bed with your hoodie and your hat, and let's take a picture of you, Can.
Without a
That'll
daggone
look
thing
good.
hooked up to you. Without one wire hooked up to you, without anything in the room. The room was as empty as I've ever
Right.
seen a hospital room, and not a
Oh,
living soul for 100 yards in the hospital.
and then we'll go outside of the hospital and take some pictures with you guys with some balloons. Perfect.
If you're having a medical emergency like a heart attack, they're not going to lay you down with your hoodie and
Honestly,
carry you.
Robin, that doesn't sound very Christian-like. That's lying. That's deceitful. That's
Satan's banner.
yeah.
Oh, they don't think it's deceitful because she had that pacemaker. So therefore, we'll just qualify it as a heart attack.
Well, why do you think?
Qualified.
Why were they in a freaking hospital room? Then? It feels like Robin had a buddy or something that let him use the hospital room.
Oh, brothers, let's go. Oh, brothers,
Let's go
down
down.
the river to pray. As I went down the river to pray. Sorry, I'm bad as cow.
Huh?
Well, that's all right. You're cuter, and you're not chewing.
Oh, it's not. It's don't get too much of a big head. Being cuter than the cow is not quite the major task.
It doesn't take a lot of effort.
Oh my gosh, we should have a mooing contest on here one day. Oh my god, let's do it.
Let's have a mooing contest.
Yes, and we should give a reward to the best mooer. And we have to vote and stuff.
Listen, you're a tragedy pimp, Ziggy, like me, so you'll have to charge since Cal charged $5 for the biggest tragedy pimp, you've got to charge at least 10
for the best move.
And to vote for me, you have to pay 50.
Lucy Cat,
That's right.
think Andrew gives a good
Well, I mean, never mind. If we're voting on who's the best mooer.
You should hear the old bull when he gets mad up here in the holler. He sounds like a crazy cowbell. It don't sound like no cow. Sounds like a crazy animal.
She can shove that cow bell up her udders.
They both like
that Matthew guy that was flirting with you that night, Ziggy, on Jinky's panel. He came on Daisy's this evening, and my God, I thought she was going to lose her colostrum right there.
I'm telling you, let me tell you something. I got to turn my camera on for this one, sister. She is in, I'm telling you, the milk dropped on aisle 2. I'm just going to tell you, the milk dropped on aisle 2.
Amen. She wants that bad. She wants that. She is wanting her some Matthew.
Y'all, Matthew, he just don't know the situation. He just don't know the situation right now. They're just trying to get him all riled up in there. He just don't know the situation, honey. I'm telling you, he's just the sweetest little thing. I tell you, he's just a little milky cocoa puff. I'm gonna tell you what.
He's like, Daisy, how you doing?
No, you know what? I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy because he thinks that he's like so hot, and it's like, dude, it's really, really unattractive. Like, I don't like that. To me, that's really unattractive, and that's how he tries to come off. And It's gross.
Well, Daisy seems to enjoy it immensely.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but that's
mean,
just feeding his like that dude's like a
let's be honest. The cow hasn't had probably very many bulls in her life.
right.
And she's only had one cock.
She takes what she can get.
Yeah, and that went up her ass. It did.
I sent a picture of a rooster
So
to.
she takes it she'll take it any way she can take it, even up her ass.
Oh my god.
I sent a picture of a rooster to
And
There's going to
Ziggy
be a
and
live fired up in 3, 2. Breaking news. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this.
see how they talk about us. They're haters and sinners.
I don't give a roast beef sandwich.
I might be a
about it.
hater and I might be a sinner, but I ain't a heifer.
That's right.
oh gosh, we're gonna be bull
Hold on. I have a picture.
bullies.
Hold on.
All right,
I
you
gotta
want
send
me
you
to share it?
something. I'm gonna send you something.
Oh
I have
Lord.
an
But
actual.
tomorrow. Oh, she'll probably be on here in a few minutes. Is she on right now?
I don't
She
know.
might already
She's
be
sick.
on.
I'm telling you, I think she might be sick because she was, her nose was running.
Ew.
And was evident. It was gross. It reminded me of Nita's world. I felt like I was back in Nita's world tonight. Bless her heart.
Streamed over there, and my information was being shared
Oh God.
with
Here we go.
what they were doing, and unfortunately Matthew had no idea that what they were doing.
Oh
so
my
now
God.
There you go, Zig.
it's been streamed over there.
What, Justin?
Sent you something.
Well, I'd have
Justin, did you hear her say that Brittany come in her chat being all erotic, acting erotically?
Brittany, you hussy.
Brittany, you came into my chat. You're the one. She's the one that came in here acting erotically.
Erotically.
Yeah, erotically instead of erratically. All right.
Erotic
So what is this
you.
picture? What is this? Is a freaking
That is the actual.
the what?
The rooster.
That did what?
You know.
Went up her butt? It really did?
Yes. And to be honest with you, I think it's an omen because it's got skulls beside of it.
Is it really? I want to see it.
Oh my God. So what's the real story about this? That's the so
How did we get on this? How did we get on this conversation? I don't know.
So that's the cock that went up her behind.
You almost said it.
It doesn't look like the one I painted.
Is that you, RJ?
Yeah, it is me.
I have my trigger fingers ready. Okay.
And I'm telling you, this is Scooter. And this is the actual one. And
now,
I think the skulls, I think it's a bad omen.
What
3
happened to
skulls
her?
on top of each other.
She sat on them?
No, I think she bent over and he took advantage of the situation.
Ew!
He did. I mean, you know, if you
the cock pecked her.
Daisy and Dawn have a lot in common. They're both into critters.
Cooter on the scooter. Scooter on the cooter. Ew!
She put her scooter on the cooter, and then she used the rotor-rooter.
The
This is
cow that
this,
toast drove wrong. Yeah.
this
Indiana.
for real, for real. Allegedly for real.
Justin, you're right about the 3 skulls, though.
That's a bad omen.
Yes, it is. It's a
Is that on
mockery.
Daisy's little petting zoo? She has those 3 skulls. I can't believe someone with the Christianity in her heart would have
Yeah.
skulls at her house.
It's so erotic.
It's a
It is
mockery.
erotic. It's erotic behavior.
It's erotic. Can you show the other one I sent you?
Oh, I didn't know you sent me another one. Hold on.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
So why are you saying it's a mockery?
When you're talking about the death or the dead or unalived, especially with spiritual interactions, anything that happens in 3 is a mockery of the Trinity.
Yeah, that's true. I'm laughing not at what you just said, but at what Justin sent me.
No, you're fine. I figured as much.
He's such a.
This is going to be out in stores next Halloween, y'all.
Oh, no.
God. Oh my God, dude.
This is the Clutch Them Pearls.
Adult size costume.
Yeah.
I love it.
Somebody's got to make that a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you need a. Somebody was telling me. Now I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't say this out loud because it gives away our ideas. We should do a Daisy calendar. You have a different look for each month.
Oh my God, that's a good idea.
That one picture I sent you of Christine would be great for that Daisy calendar.
I can do like July and August. I'll be in like a 2-piece. And it'll be so erotic.
So glad you're erotic now.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
man.
just like Brittany. You go into chats erotically.
Yeah, you could go with the month. There's all kinds of cool things you could do, and you could sell your calendars on on your Clutch channel. And can you imagine? Oh my gosh, Daisy would have a cow
or a calf.
Pun intended. Or a what?
Calf.
A calf, a little baby cow.
She was
No,
so
nothing
mean to
baby
Kathy
comes
S
out of her.
earlier. Poor thing, Kathy. I'm so sorry.
Nothing small comes out of her.
Have
Not
her
like
such a bully.
Why are you sorry? What's going on?
she takes big poops.
She was so mean to Kathy earlier. I heard.
Oh, bless her heart.
Kathy Gordon?
She's been so mean to me. She says
Kathy
I'm
S.
horrible.
What'd she do to Kathy?
Kathy S.
What'd she do to Kathy?
She was talking mean to her or something.
Yeah,
She got to talk to Yachty. Yachty called her.
That's Yanni called her. So
Yeah,
Yanni come out of hiding.
They didn't
Where's
discuss
her husband?
He wasn't there. They didn't discuss him. He wasn't brought up.
Oh,
It
of
was
course. Let's
it
not
was
talk
all-
about the elephant in the room.
It was
No
all
pun intended.
gumballs and yum-yums the whole time. Love and life.
Not the literal, but what? We're not going to talk about the fake husband. Okay.
No, we didn't talk about any of that. I just listened to. Well, I didn't talk to him at all. I just listened. You know, I listened to like 2 or 3 parts of that live because that's all I can stand. And every part was always something stupid. It was always ridiculous stuff. It was just like her chewing and telling about her cold, eating popcorn and how good it was. And I so bad wanted to go, is that popcorn on your keto? But I didn't.
All right, I'll be a little bit nicer. Where's Summer? I'll be a little. I don't want to. I'm not sorry for interrupting. I'm not wanting to because I don't need to.
I don't think she's talking about that.
Oh,
like
okay.
That. No.
Okay. Well, still,
no.
I'm trying.
Well,
I still need it. Not
so they're talking about Dawn having GUN.
About a gun.
Mm-hmm.
What about?
They said I didn't think Dawn could have a GUN.
That is correct.
A GUN now? A pow pow now?
No,
That
he
is
can't
correct.
ever. He's a felon. Yeah, he can't ever have one. Why even listen to her? She's the biggest tragedy pimp who has zero content. I know. Yeah, there's not. It's not even worth watching her. Honestly, I don't even know how we got talking about her, but
Because
God,
I
I
went
hate
in
that,
there
but
for a
really,
minute and watched that silliness and that shenanigans going on in there and listened to her booger face.
Cher said she's turning into something. Dawn said, what does that mean, Stephanie? What does she?
I don't know
What
what that means.
she eat all that? Cher's thumbnail.
Does she eat all that dies at her farm? I don't know. Well, I mean, she was talking about. I think she does because she was like filming 2 turkeys that were, I think, at her house. I guess she has a couple turkeys, and she was talking about how she was like couldn't wait to taste a grass-fed turkey. She's like, I just want to know what a grass-fed turkey tastes like. And she had those 2 turkeys there, like, just look, and these 2 big plump turkeys that it was going to be on her Thanksgiving dinner table.
YouTuber Fiat-sized meatball or keto.
I wouldn't trust that she would know how to clean a turkey and defeather a turkey correctly to be able to put it on the table.
Are you serious? She's going to kill a fluffy duck? I bet you
That-
any has many kids. I bet anything. Oh, I bet so too. It is what it is.
He posted a short about an hour ago.
What's it about? All right, I'll look it up real quick. This one? Is this it? People think that their opinions may really effectively harm me. No, sorry, I have 6 people who can harm me by their opinions. My children, my husband. Also would hurt me more if the haters didn't have worse records than I do and don't sound and look like sad individuals with zero life going for them. Oh, I don't know if that's what I don't think this is what you guys meant.
Who wrote that?
What do you mean? It's Cher.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear who wrote it. I didn't hear the beginning.
Yeah,
of course I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
We're still seeing the image of Justin's Clutch and Pearls costume.
I see clutch Justin for all clutch and pearls.
She's going to eat the duck for Thanksgiving. I don't get shared. One day she is defending Wells, next day I know. I don't get it either. I know. I saw her in Justin's chat earlier, and I was like, is she for Dawn or against him right now? And I don't think she's for him right now.
Who, Cher?
Yeah.
She's always for him.
I don't know. I don't think she's.
Today in chat, she was talking a little bit of crap about him.
Okay, I'll correct what I said. She's all for clicks and views, and whatever brings more clicks and views, she's in favor of.
I don't.
But
no, it's a true statement, Justin. That's a true statement there.
No, I mean there's some things that she's went really.
Okay.
In left field on.
Have you seen her thumbnail pictures?
What do you mean her thumbnail pictures?
Some of the photos that she's put out there about herself and have put out there for her channel as the thumbnails or the banner images or whatever we want to call them of her and her doormat.
Doormat.
Yes, her doormat.
What do you mean her doormat? Like her actual doormat?
No. doormat
I
as
think
a sorry
probably, guys,
excuse for her husband.
maybe we should just agree to disagree on this and don't make it a debate because it's okay. You know, everybody has their own opinion about each creator. Some of them we love and some of them we're not fond of, but they all are doing the best they can with what they have.
I mean, what
That's
about
how I
people?
mean,
who
I don't
choose
want
other
anybody
people
to get upset with someone because someone has a different opinion on a creator.
that
No,
That
no,
can
no.
do it?
I'm sorry. The actions that she makes and what she does and puts out on her channel, it makes her look like she's all about the clicks and views.
Well, I
She
think at the end of the day, we're all want as much views as possible, but I think it's what we do to get them. And not everyone's going to agree with. I mean, there's people that don't agree with anything that I do, and there's nothing that I can do to make them agree. They just simply don't want, but to agree, and I think we go back and forth with creators as well.
My only problem with her is that I've seen her. I'm trying to stay out of this, but I've seen her purposely lie about me. Like I've seen her knowingly lie about me and sit there,
Right.
just because she's upset with me. And I can't. It's when I see somebody do that once, it's really hard for me to ever like trust them or believe them ever again. Anything they ever say. Like same thing with Tiffany Marie. I've seen her. I personally know something to be absolutely false, and Tiffany's there, like saying something about me that's complete lie. She just makes up, and laughs about it to people secretly. That's the kind of stuff. When I see people do that type stuff, and I'm like, I never trust them again. I keep them at arm's length. So that's my only issue. But oh gosh.
I don't agree with everything Cher says. I don't disagree with everything she says. I
don't
just
agree
get,
with what in it.
yeah. I mean, that's with anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of hers, but that doesn't mean that I think she's a horrible person. I
There's
just think,
sometimes though that I do have a lot of have a lot of empathy for her and stuff on some things.
right. Yeah.
I do.
Like her story.
I
and
don't think
stuff.
she's the worst. I don't think she is the worst out there at all. Like there's a lot that are way worse than her in the community. Okay, there's like if I gotta put some in the order, she's not gonna be right at the top. There's definitely some others that I could complain about much more than her. So she pretty much stays in her own lane for the most part. She doesn't bother anybody for the most part. And unless, she has come after me out of nowhere before, but I'm saying for the most part, she doesn't make a habit of it. So I give her that. There are some who like relentlessly just don't, stop.
Well, they've been leaving you alone lately. They've been after Purple. So we'll let them go there. I'm sorry, Purple. Just because you're tough, Purple. You're good. You're good.
You just have to. Eventually, Purple will hopefully learn to
ignore them.
Yeah, completely just ignore them. I know it's really, really difficult. Well, I'm saying that I tell myself that because it's much, much easier said than done. But after
you got to get tired of fighting with them after a while. Every once in a while, I'll leave a comment, but I think I'm blocked, so it's all good. They don't know I make those
draining. It's too negative and draining, and it affects your real life. And I think doesn't she have kids and stuff? It's just it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I don't know what's going on with Purple, but my opinion stands what it is. It's
well, you're entitled to your opinion.
You're entitled to it,
right? And
absolutely.
that's all I'm saying. It is. It's my opinion. I don't wish to push it on anybody, but I'm not also not going to hide my opinion.
Sure,
I completely understand. I just, like I said, I'm not a fan, but I'm not a hater. But I'm not a fan of Daisy, and I'm not a hater. She's just comedy gold.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if laughing at she. I thought at first like that she was just playing around. I really did. I think that Shelbyville and I think Rap also thought she was kind of playing around. I mean, the way she would laugh and say that how she loved them, and you know,
Did you not hear? She wants to put Sherry. She wants to call the cop. The Ellie on Sherry now because Sherry's been calling her too much.
Oh
and she's
yeah,
trying
I
to
know.
get
I
her
saw
for phone harassment. I'm like, for
Really,
crying
like
out
a
loud.
70-year-old woman.
Yeah, let's get the old lady in trouble.
See that video, Justin?
Yeah.
It's awful.
I Tickle
Pink
Pink.
did it.
Yes, I love that channel.
That one's not it. I don't.
Play some.
She's got some good ones. Or he or whoever Tickle Pink is.
Whoever it is, but I love them.
What do we want to know what Daisy's doing now that somebody's saying get a grip? I was gonna say, I was just saying, do we want to know what Daisy's doing now? Because somebody in the chat saying Daisy get a grip.
Oh, well, same shit, different day. All right, here's this. Let's watch this real quick.
I had to tell Auntie Sherry to stop texting me because Auntie Sherry has been sending me harassing a text.
Oh God!
And I have her blocked since she found her email way. And I told her today if she didn't stop texting me that I was going to get her for harassment.
Oh my God!
Because I don't bother her, and I just like want her to stay away from me and leave me alone.
You just talk about her in her chat like every day.
That's the sound of the police.
Daisy. So the rest part is funny. It is funny. But I don't want the music playing because it's just. But she puts Sherry in the back of a police.
Play the one where that we are all adults.
Is it the same person?
No. Yeah, same one. Go to the shorts.
Oh, the shorts.
Yeah. Okay, and it's that one, the one on the far right. I'm pointing at it. Yes.
We are supposed to be adults. And for adults to call themselves a mean girl, for an adult, 30-some, 40-some-year-old woman to brag about being a mean girl tells you everything that you need to know about those people. Because you're not acting like an adult by bragging about being a mean girl. By no means. Stop bullying Yanni. Leave Yanni alone. You are supposed to be an adult woman, not a child.
Is that Chucky?
Oh my God, she is ridiculous.
We are not in grade school. We are supposed to.
I'm really glad to have this, morality lesson from Cow Lady herself. But
she just makes me think of a little girl in the playground corner that is very mean and kind of bigger than the rest. I don't mean chunky. I mean, like, you know how there's that like bigger girls that were just towered over the rest, and they were the mean girls. That's what she reminds me of, is a mean girl.
I think she reminds me of somebody who's got very low self-esteem, who is, she just she likes attention. She likes to be the victim.
We're probably going to get, she's probably going to call the, what on us next.
I know. I hate talking about her, but
I hate that we're in different states because then we won't get to go to the same cell.
No, but Sherry drinks and smokes marijuana, so she might get a little silly,
Right.
It's
So
okay. I do too.
she's prescribed. Yeah, but she drinks on top of it too.
Oh,
I
I don't
mean,
drink. I
when
don't
you
drink.
do
I'm
the
not a
two,
drinker.
when you drink alcohol and THC together, that is one that really that is it messes you up worse than like anything. That's when you get the spins and stuff.
The cow
That's when you
just
get
sort
the
of like
sick and stuff. I get so sick. I was young. I used to do stupid shit like that. Sorry, but
Justin,
now, not now.
Justin, we hear you're trying to say something, but you're like away from the microphone or something, and we can't hear you.
It is? Oh, it is?
It's kind of it is kind of
Is that better?
Yes.
I think
That's better?
yes,
Much better.
much better.
Okay.
That's really good there now, Dustin.
All right.
I called you Dustin, and your name's Justin. I'm crazy.
We knew that.
Yeah, the cow, she just nobody likes her. It's just that simple.
Did she take the one down of her saying the erotic thing? Because there was one of Daisy talking to that Brittany girl. I don't know why they took it down. If they took it down, maybe Daisy made them. But it
I
was
don't know. I
can't
couldn't find it.
And it was Tickled Pink made that one.
They were fighting one night and friends the next without explanation. Yeah. I'm good crazy, not weirdest crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I am, but I think I'm kind of a sane crazy. But they say those who are insane don't know that they're insane. So
I feel like I would know.
I'm insane and just don't know it.
I feel like I would know.
You don't. Crazy people
You
don't.
wouldn't because you.
Well, then what do you think? Do you think I'm crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. I think
Justin,
I'm
you're
funny.
doing it again.
No, I just think that you were just spacey like me.
Yeah, I'm not a
It's
good
kind of
listener.
you just remind me of somebody who's stoned and.
That's a good friend, but I'm stoned a lot.
You have
you
the random stream of thought consciousness speech.
Yeah, I go out there into left field sometimes, guys, but I'll thank you
That's
for
what I
letting me
do.
do that.
Well, I mean, I do it too, so that's why I tease you so much about it, because I'm making fun of myself basically when I do it to you, because I'm the same exact way.
You know, it's great. I love that you make fun of me, and I enjoy it too because I know how I am, and that's why I don't understand how the moo cow doesn't get that she is who she is, and she makes us laugh. And why doesn't she enjoy that with us instead of like, oh, help me, they're bullying me. Somebody get the popo.
I mean, if people, I mean, like I get on and make myself look like a buffoon.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I
Hey,
don't care. As long as I'm making people laugh.
The night that you had your little tarot reading the first time or whatever, I was the one who called in. I think you knew that though, right?
Yes.
Oh God, I thought I really disguised my voice, but I guess I didn't. I thought I was so much better actor than that. Damn it, Justin, you broke my heart.
Well, yeah, she can't. I don't know. She just doesn't do well with. I guess she does. She's not very socially aware. She's just socially unaware of normal interactions or normal social cues and stuff. Because if she truly feels like she's being bullied, like if that's what she thought, and I'm talking before she even pressed charges, then she's crazy.
1-800. She threw a fit over that when I sent Ziggy that photo.
What? Blanchard?
Oh God.
What? Of what? Of the rooster?
No, a Blanchard.
Her doppelganger?
She did. But she does.
She looks like her.
She does.
Her
She
doppelganger?
shouldn't look like her so much.
Listen, I've had people tell me I look like Nellie Olson. All right? And I don't think Nellie was that pretty. And most of you, if you're too young, you don't even know who that is.
I have no idea.
I
who
have
that
no
is.
idea.
Little House on the Prairie.
The little mean girl on Little House on the Prairie. Nellie Olson. Just tell me you've seen it, you young people.
Blonde girl, taller than everybody, all the other children on the show are
Okay,
adults.
now I know. I'm Googling it.
She was the bully of the school.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
She looks just like Dee Dee Blanchard, so much so that it blows my mind, says Mama T, the OG. Yep. Yes. And you know what? Doesn't Daisy, like, doesn't she sound exactly how she looks? Like, it matches, her voice matches her voice.
Exactly.
Her voice actually sounds like, or her voice sounds like it would be how Dee Dee Blanchard sounds. Like, I can imagine Dee Dee sounding like that.
Well, guys, I'm about to get off of here. That's what
All right.
No, I'm just talking. Sorry.
That's
That's what she says.
I call her Day Blanchard.
Oh my god.
Oh, you look like Buffy. Buffy's pretty.
I look like Ellen DeGeneres.
No, you're way prettier.
No.
Yeah,
I've had people tell me I look like Ellen DeGeneres as well, so I don't know.
She's a dead ringer for Chucky. Yes, she is, especially in those animations that they do over. What app do they use to do those little animations?
Know. Josh and I was talking about that earlier.
I mean, yeah,
they're super cute.
I saw Justin, I see that you use Canva like I do. I love Canva.
Canva is like my life.
Yeah, I love Canva and I love StreamYard. StreamYard because of its easiness to use, but there's not. Did you know you can mark now during your live?
Yes.
Okay, thought I was telling everybody something new. Dang it.
You can do what?
Isn't that cool? You can mark like so say something happens during your live that you want to remember when it happened. You can just hit the M button and it marks it.
Oh, okay.
But that's through StreamYard. That's while you're live through StreamYard as the host. So like if something happened during this live that I wanted to mark so I could get back to it really easy when it's over. Now I don't know how it works. I don't know how you find the mark and all that because I have here. I'll put a mark here just so. Let's see. Did it work?
Set chapters or something?
It's not doing it. Where's some? How come it's not? It's not saying anything. I don't know.
It's not saying anything.
It's not. Isn't it supposed to say something?
I don't know.
Isn't it? Aren't you supposed to hit M?
I forgot what button it is.
Oh wait, I know. Okay, wait, hold on. I know why it's not doing it. Maybe I don't. Oh no, it's B. It's the letter B for some reason. Why would they put the markers as B instead of M? I don't know, but I'm going to see. I just did one and I'm going to see later how or what it does. Because I've always wanted something like that. I'm like, because sometimes things happen during your life and you don't want to have to like look through it to try to find where it happened. And if you could just mark where it happened, genius. Yeah, you have to go back after. It tells you when you do a marker. It says marker. It lets you know. It's the letter B as in boy. My sister and I watch Little House on the Prairie every week, and I remember we wanted one of those hats they wore to bed. I loved Little House on the Prairie. We watched it all the time. I've thought about the Boxcar Children during this case, maybe. Magic Treehouse series. I've never used any of it, so I have no idea. I was just guessing. Oh, yeah, that's what you have to do. So it marks in your life so somehow so you can easily go back and see where something happened. That just started, Duchess. Like, literally, I just got the notification from StreamYard about this new marker thing, like, just a couple days ago. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to get off here. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I'm sleepy. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Night.
Thank you guys for coming up here. It was a good live.
It was fun.
Live.
I'm probably going to, if
I
y'all better
loved playing that game. I didn't end up playing that game, though, the word game that I was going to, that Raph
What
was
word
playing
game is that?
the word game that we were playing yesterday that Raph was hosting on his live and that I was joining in and the chat was helping me. That was great. Yeah, it was yesterday.
I think I missed that game.
Yeah, it wasn't that was not what was intended, but I had gone live and I just happened to see that Raph was hosting some kind of it's like a game for everybody, you know, where your chat can somehow get involved, but they have to scan this QR code or whatever. But I was playing and the chat was helping me think of words. It's like having to, you unscramble the letters kind of like.
Oh, I'm good at those games. I'm sorry, I wasn't here.
Yeah, but I won first place every single time, and yeah, so they were doing on mission beat Ziggy because I was over here cheating with it was just like 150 over here, but it was enough people to help me. But I'm not really good at those, so I would have not have got first had it been just by myself. No way.
No,
but I was going to play it today, but I decided not to because I'm tired. I was going to do it at the end of my life here.
I'm usually the person that figures out the longest words first.
Oh my god, I'm at 1%.
Really? Your battery?
Yes.
Okay.
Good night.
I'm literally at 1%. Love y'all.
All right, good night.
Love. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys. I'm going to get off here too.
Have a good night.
All right, good night. Thank you so much. What about World of Warcraft, Leslie? Oh, I've always been a gamer. I used to be big into World of Warcraft. I'm telling you, I was about to say undercover nerd, but no, I'm pretty much a overt. Which one's or covert? Which one means you're outspoken or like you're outspoken? Wait, in 5 minutes it's going to be 1 a.m. Why, Amanda? What happens it's going to be 2 a.m. here. You're nerd too? Nerds unite! So over an outgoing, like an outward, like, not a, oh my God, I'm such a dork. Never mind. I was trying to say something cool, but it didn't. I couldn't. I failed. Sorry to disappoint you guys. Oh, clocks go back an hour. That's right. I forgot about that. I thought we were going to stop this whole clock time changing. Is this the last time it's ever going to do that? Or is it? I thought that for some reason, I don't know why I was thinking they weren't doing that shit anymore. All right, guys, I gotta go. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. And to the people who donated, thank you so much. And I will talk to everybody tomorrow.